What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the inventory that I picked up this week inside of my reseller business, how much time I put into it, the profits I'm anticipating making off of these items. So if you guys have questions as I go through these items about anything that I do in this business, the sourcing inventory, shipping, packaging, anything that pertains to reselling, just comment it below. I'm a pretty open book and I'll answer any comments that I get below. So if you guys appreciate these videos, if you can, hit that like button. It goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the video. So I just every Friday I pick up inventory from one of the places that I go to, and so usually any inventory I pick up throughout the week and the inventory I pick up from this one place, I might as well do a video of my breakdown of everything I pick up for the week. So because I usually do all my listings on Saturdays. So first item I got here, and I can't remember if this is in the last video, but this is a really good item I picked up here recently. It's a KM100 Autel Maxi LM, whatever it is. It's something to do with programming and keys and stuff. So I picked up two of these, brand new. I paid $477 for both of them together, and it looks like they sell from anywhere from $400 to $470. I sold two already for $400 each, so pretty decent profit. $800 in gross sales. Obviously, you're gonna have shipping costs as well as eBay fees, so I have to calculate all that in there. But conservatively, 140, 160 profit, somewhere in that range. That's what I'm anticipating getting for these. I might actually list these ones a little bit higher than 400 because I've seen other ones selling for a bit more. So I might be able to squeeze out, a couple extra bucks on these. Next item here, Dell XPS 13 laptop. Just bear with me. I got all the inventory down here on the floor. I think this is that one. Dell XPS, yep. So this one, I had the box and all the accessories and everything with it. This one has a lock on it, so it is going to sell for a little bit less, but it's just a computer trace lock, so I know a little bit about those. I don't put any time into removing locks or anything. I just kind of sell it as is. So if you guys ever get items that are, it depends on what type of lock. Some items I don't buy them with locks on them, but the Dell XPS, let me see if I can find that. I kind of went out of order here, but I looked up everything before. But these things sell, with the specs I have is the same as this one here. So these sell for anywhere from like $500 to $600 with the specs that I have on it. But it does have that computer trace lock on it. So I couldn't find anything with that exact lock, but I've sold them like this before, and I know people that know how to unlock that. So with that, I'm just being conservative on that one. I'm anticipating anywhere from like 60 to 100 profit, but I know for sure it'll be at least 60 profit on this item. And that's after my fees, shipping, all that good stuff. I just want to, I make these videos to kind of share with you guys what inventory I pick up on a regular basis. You're going to see a lot of laptops, a lot of tablets, and then some other odds and ends stuff that I get. It just kind of depends on what comes to me throughout the week. If you guys don't know how I source items, you can browse through my channel. I also have a course you guys can look into that teaches you everything step by step. I will be updating that course. I know we had a couple people that bought here recently. A couple of things are a little out of date with some of the methods, so I will update all that, but for the most part, like 99% of the course, all that stuff is still relevant, but I will be updating that in the coming months. Next item here is a Galaxy Tab A8. These items I paid, what did I pay for these? I think I paid $133 is what I paid for these, anticipating about 120 profit. They're actually brand new, sealed in box, and this is something that I teach in my course as well, is how to find places that you can get items like this on a consistent basis. So you really have to look for a long time to find them, but once you find the good places, it's consistent inventory you can pick up on a weekly basis. So this is an item. And, a lot of the ways that they get this is they get like damaged goods or they get overstock. And so they buy so much that they get this stuff in bulk direct from companies. So they can get it directly from Verizon, T-Mobile, Best Buy, Amazon returns. Like they get all types of stuff at this place that I go to. But you guys can see, it's a little dirty on the box. There's some damage and stuff on the box, but the tablet and everything inside is all intact. All the accessories are brand new. So I sell these as open box, and these ones are selling for about $140, $150 per each one. I paid $133 for both. Let's see what my next item is here. More tablets, Galaxy Tab A7. Bought 2 of these for $127 for both of them together. Let's see if I can find those. Yep, and once again, you guys can see just, the boxes, little beat up there, but everything inside is brand new, intact. So a lot of times it's like, maybe a box falls off a shelf or it gets damaged in transit, and then they have to scrap everything. The companies have to write these things off, and then they sell them wholesale to the companies like what I buy from. So, sometimes it takes a while, like I said, to find these places, but they do exist. They are out there, especially if you're in a major city. Just about every major city has these. Just take some time to go out there, do the research, and find them. Let's see what the profit is on these guys. So anticipating about another $110 in profit. So 55, 60 bucks each on those after shipping. Next item we got here is a Tab P11. This is another one. This is I'm just kind of throwing in little tidbits. Hopefully you guys extract some type of value from this. But another thing you guys can do whenever you're searching these things, I don't know if you can see up here, but whenever I do my appraisals, sometimes you can type in a model, but there's several variations of that model. I'm sure you've seen this with phones if you flip phones. But for instance, this tablet here is a P11, and there's one called a P11 Plus. So you have to be very careful whenever you're actually appraising these items to be able to purchase them at the right price so you can continue to make good profits on your items. So, make sure whenever you're doing this you're typing the exact model. So something you can do is I put this minus plus because that's the other variation of this model. So whenever I appraise it, it's important to put in tab P11 64 gigabyte and then put that little minus plus so then it's not searching for any of the plus models out there. Otherwise, you'll get a bunch of mixed results on your appraisals that you do. And this is just something you learn over time, being in this business. But it's pretty beginner info there as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys already knew that, but I figured I'd throw that out there if it's useful for anyone else that hasn't utilized that little function. So I got 2 of these tablets as well. Both of these brand new in box. You guys can see just a little bit of rip on the plastic there, but everything is new in box, sealed. Again, I haven't really run into issues with these. Sometimes you'll get something from a place that does like damaged goods or like, inventory that got damaged and they have to scrap the whole thing. And sometimes you'll run into issues, but not very often. So these I paid $156 for both together, both brand new in box. I sell them as open box, so I'm anticipating getting about $150 each on these as open box, and I paid $156 for both. So not the best. So I was looking at about $300 in sales. I'd say $80, $100 profit, something like that for both of them combined. I typically sell everything individual. I don't sell things in lots on eBay. I just find selling it individually is usually the best way to go. Next item on the list here, I'll switch it up and show you a different item here. This is a Nikon D700. I got just the body. I paid, it was like $172 on this one. And I'm anticipating pretty good profits, but they sell without the batteries a lot of the time. So whenever I go to pick it up, I do have to order a battery, test it out. But you guys can see like the prices vary quite a bit. I haven't really run into too many issues with the cameras either, but conservatively, I'd say $340, $350, camera, battery seems to be about what it goes for. This one here is for parts only. So as long as this thing works, even if I sell it for $300, like this one here's $300, so maybe $300 is a better appraisal, but it's still a good, $80 to $100 profit after my shipping costs, fees, all that good stuff. But these items are great. I love flipping cameras. I have an entire section that teaches you guys how to flip cameras in my course. If you guys want a sneak preview of that course, by the way, you guys can look up my How to Resell MacBooks series on my YouTube channel. Those are the exact videos that's in my course. So if you guys want to know what the course looks like, get a little sneak preview of it. That whole MacBook series is going to be the type of, content that breaks down how to flip these other items as well. But cameras are great profits as well. Phones, tablets, cameras, laptops. Those are kind of my bread and butter items that I flip on a regular basis. Next item I got here, S6 Lite. I've been buying so many of these S6 Lites. It's ridiculous. I think I've bought an S6 Lite every week, at least one for the last, 3 months. Like I've been buying a ton of these S6 Lites. So this one, again, See the box? Kind of, messed up, but I can't even open the box because the stickers are still on it and everything's still intact here. So S6 Lite, this is a 64 gig model. I've been consistently buying these ones. I pay up a little bit for them. I think I paid $108 for this one, and they sell pretty consistent for, in box, I'm looking at like $200 probably that I'm gonna get for it. They've been going down a little bit in price, but they still sell, and they're great profits. I've sold a ton of these already. Tablets are, one of the bread and butter items I pick up on a regular basis. Dell Latitude 5580. Looks like I bought this one. Believe I paid, let me see, I'm checking my price list here. $76. So $76, anticipating selling for about $150. I'll just show you guys each item here, so that way you guys know that I'm actually picking up the items. Dell laptop, that's this one right here. This is a bigger one, so it is gonna have to ship in a large flat rate box, but it's still only gonna cost, I think large flat rate, it's like $20 now, so they're not super expensive, 22, something like that. Next item is EliteBook 840. That's this laptop right here. I used to buy the chargers for these because whenever I pick these up, a lot of times they don't come with the chargers. Now I don't do that anymore. As long as I can power it on and see that it works, then I typically don't have to go buy the charger. If I'm really worried about if it's a more expensive laptop, then I'll buy the charger and sell it with it, but you don't have to. Just disclose if you're selling a laptop without the charger. Make sure you disclose that, because a lot of buyers will assume it's included, and when it's not, they'll throw a fit and you have to give them like a partial refund or deal with a potential negative feedback. So always disclose that. But this is the exact model here. I paid $61 for this one. So really small profit on that, probably looking at like $30, $40 profit after my fees, after my shipping. But still, good profits. I've made lots and lots of money off the laptops. This is an interesting one that I picked up here recently. This one here is a Panasonic Toughbook. These are very durable laptops. A lot of people like in construction and that work out on the field and stuff. This is the type of laptops that they use. I don't know how well you guys can see this. This is a very durable, tough laptop. But anyway, this is I've maybe flipped one of these in the past. I don't know if it was this exact brand, but I flipped a few of these, and they, even though the specs aren't that great on it, they still sell for a decent amount. Looks like on this one I paid Toughbook, I paid $266, so I paid up a little bit for it. But you guys can see what it sells for. I think this one is the 16 gig model. So it looks like, I'll probably be able to get like $400 for it, but just on the low end. Whenever you appraise something, you don't want to be super optimistic about the price you can get for it. If you do get that price that you think it'll sell for, then that's great. But I always like go down a little bit, especially if there's variations in sell prices. I try not to assume the top price because I want to be realistic about all my numbers, because this whole business is just about understanding numbers, having a clear understanding of your eBay fees, any risks of potential returns, things like that. You have to calculate all that stuff in here. So this would be a good, example of like what I think I could get for it. Would be this kind of 420 range. This one here's 380. This one here's 270. I'm not sure what that's all about, but the rest of them here looks like they're going for, pretty decent amounts. So I'm assuming at least 350. This is one with no operating system, sold for 350. So I'm pretty optimistic I'll get 350 for it. Again, not the biggest profit on it, but still good consistent profit. So I'm anticipating making about $80 profit. Last two items here. I got this desktop mini. I think I paid $111 for this one, anticipating getting about $250 on it. This one here, I paid $82, anticipating getting about $170. So that's everything I picked up this week. Again, did not put a lot of time into sourcing this inventory. I'm anticipating maybe 5 to 8 hours of total work for everything. My low end profit I anticipate making off of this is anywhere from $900 upwards to about $1,100. So with items like these, when there's a lot of sales, especially for things like the tablets, the cameras, and even most of the laptops as well, you guys can find a lot of sales for them. So you can get pretty close to what your anticipated profit is on these items. So, you know, that's something to take into account. But again, if you guys have questions, like, I'm just going to shoot these videos and I'm just going to try to serve you guys the best I can. So if you guys have questions, put them in the comment section. I know a lot of the questions that come up is like, where do I source my inventory? I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that will show you guys how to do that. A lot of people ask me about, you know, listing, shipping, whatever questions you guys have, comment it below. But that's what I did this week. So again, about 5-8 hours of work in between sourcing the inventory, listing it, shipping it, and I'm anticipating making about $900 to $1,100 in profit. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you guys have questions, like I said, comment it below. I'll catch you guys in the next video.